Hey guys, I'm David and welcome to Living with the Coopers. I'm going to be talking today a little bit about what me and Alanis have been up to, but then because we're going swimming later, I thought now would be the perfect time to start talking about why we made Alanis go swimming from such a young age. So Alanis has been swimming since she was 2 weeks old. The run up to when she was born, we started thinking about little things we could do with the baby to get her involved in other things. And there were a few little things we did, like I like the idea of music. I like the idea of her, being able to dance one day. But until she's able to come up to us and tell us what she wants to do, we thought swimming would be the perfect start. There's two reasons we decided. One was because we just wanted to be safe around water. I've always been a good swimmer, Ellen's been a good swimmer, and we just want the baby to always feel like she's safe around the water. And secondly, Jack, our nephew, when he was little, we took him swimming once, and he was terrified of the water. He was really scared. It took us a good half hour to calm him down enough that he wasn't crying when he was in the pool. And that's kind of something we hoped that if we instill in Alanis from such an early age, that she wouldn't be scared of water at all. So Alanis has been swimming since she was 2 weeks old. We go to a company called Water Babies, and the pool that we go to is in Neath, although they have got other locations spread across the country. And it's basically a little company that have been set up by some swimming instructors, and they specialise in younger children, from babies up to about 3 or 4. And they've developed a nice big syllabus that stretches that entire age. And at the minute, I think Alanis is in term 4 of 7. And I just want to talk a little bit more about what we did from day one. So day one, we went into the pool and we met everyone there. It was a lovely pool. It's nice and warm always. It's in a special needs school in Neath. And this is where we met Elian, John and Chantel from Two Hearts One Roof. And the first lesson was kind of getting them used to being in water in general. I mean, the baby obviously hadn't been in a swimming pool by the time she was 2 weeks old, so this was her first time. And she absolutely loved it. It must have been a lovely experience, nice and warm for them. Kind of reminiscent of when she was still in the womb. It's that type of temperature, lovely. Oh, it was beautiful. She loved it. And all we did that lesson was kind of go through a little bit of the ground rules then and the groundwork we'd be putting in. We learned a couple of little songs, and we walked around the pool with the babies, very gently taking them through the water. I think a couple of times we splashed them over the face to get them used to water, and I think we actually did a dunk as well. If it wasn't the first week, it was the second week, where we actually took the baby and physically put them under the water and brought them up. And to our surprise, Alanis she was fine with it. There were a couple of little cries here and there, but even then, there was just like a bit of a shock more than anything. She came out and she might have had a little bit of a cough, but she was absolutely fine. We couldn't believe it. So the idea of Water Babies is to try and trying to make all the children enjoy being in the water, and also to make them safe. So, there were lots of fun things we were doing. Even up till now, we've got little toys, and you throw them for the babies, and they'll go and, they'll scramble after them and get them. We do surfing things where we've got a little float, and we'll put it under them, and we kind of, almost like a bodyboard, and we take them round, and we sing into them. We're singing the Hawaii Five-0 theme tune, I think it is. Da 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 da, and then run, splash them. And Alanis loves that. All the kids there love it. Then we get on the big float, and they all just sit round first, and we do jelly on a dish, and then at the end we pull them into the water. Another thing we do on there is we get them to stand at one end, the instructor will, and then the parent will come round to the other side and stand there, and the baby will run towards you and jump. So, they're comfortable in jumping into water. You catch them, obviously, you don't let them fall into the water. And that's kind of the fun side. Now, the other side then is what I would consider the most important side, is just the safety aspect of things. From very, very early on, I think it was the first couple of weeks, we took them to the edge of the pool, put them on the bar or onto the side of the pool and said, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. And it just worked. Maybe not from day one, but I mean, by the end, if you start saying, when we're in the water, if you say to Alanis, hold on, she will look for the first thing to hold on to. It's even spilled over to other things, like if she's on her bike or if she's in her car and she's not holding on to the wheel, if I say, hold on, she will grab onto that steering wheel. And that's brilliant. I mean, we didn't even expect that to come out of it. But other safety aspects then are just in general being safer underwater. We put them onto the side of the pool and we make sure that they can get in nicely. Dunking them under the water prepares them for being underwater if ever they fall into a pool. Alanis now is starting being able to float a little bit on her back. That's something I've kind of taught a little bit separately to water babies, even though water babies has definitely helped with that. It's all kind of come together in a really nice way now. Like when we went on our cruise in October, there was a pool there. Unfortunately, because Alanis is still in nappies, she wasn't allowed in the main pool, she was absolutely gutted with, because, I mean, that's what she loves doing. Every time we walk past the pool, she was just dying to get in. She was crying sometimes because she really wanted to get in. They had a little tiny area for babies, but she would have been alright. She's never had an accident in the water anyway, so I don't know what the big problem was. I think it's just to stop spreading infection if she did poop in the water. But she loves it. Like, she absolutely loves water. She, even in the bath and in the shower, like, I don't like water in my eyes. I hate it. And if I'm in the shower, I'm kind of like, I want to try and block my eyes. If I'm washing my hair in the bath, not that I've got hair, but if I'm washing my head in the bath, I'll try and, like, cover my eyes a bit. So I don't like it. Alanis will stand under the shower, just looking up. Just, like, water in her eyes, absolutely fine, laughing, tipping stuff over her head and just being like, So recently it's not very often we take Alanis swimming outside of water babies. We should do, but we haven't quite yet. We're still... we haven't taken Alanis swimming outside of water babies an awful lot. She goes swimming near enough every week, so I mean, that's kind of enough for us. And we haven't really got the time to do it all the time. But we are now going to be leaving water babies. And it's not because we don't like what they're doing. We absolutely love what they're doing. But Thursday at 5 p.m. is when we take the baby, and that, especially running into the summer months, is a bit of a problem for me because I'm quite often gigging away on Thursdays during the summer months. Even though they're off for quite a time, Thursdays just kind of don't work. Ellen's still in work at 5 o'clock as well, so for me to go and do it all by myself is fine, but it can be a bit of trouble. There's a lot of traffic around that time as well, and there's been a few times we've missed the class due to these reasons, and we think, seeing as it's £150 a term to go, it's a bit of a waste if we're not using it. And as much as we love the friendships we've made, and as much as we love the friendships Alanis has made, which will continue, especially with the likes of John and Chantel and Elian. I mean, we see them quite often outside of swimming anyway. But we think it's time now. With Ellen's recently joined the gym as well, and she gets free swimming, so she'll just take the baby on a weekend, on a Sunday morning or something, and the baby will be free then. Or even if she's not free, it'll be a couple of quid. And if we miss it, then we miss it, and it's no big deal. When we took Alanis swimming for the first time in a long time, which was about 2 months ago, I think, I was in the water. I'd taken Jack and Alanis swimming on my own, and Alanis just couldn't believe it. In fact, she first jumped into the big pool. Luckily, I jumped in first, but she had no fear. She had no fear. She just jumped straight into my arms. And there were people around in the swimming pool, some other swimmers, saying, well, she's forward, isn't she? She didn't mind that. And I said, yeah, she's been swimming for so long now, she's fine. And they couldn't believe how confident she was in it. One issue we had is that at one point, Alanis got up onto the side, because I was teaching her to hold on. She can pull herself out of the pool. That was another safety aspect they learned. But she ran down the pool and just jumped in. And that was it. She was like underwater, and she got up to the top of the surface of the water and paddled a little bit as well. Luckily, I was behind her anyway. There was no danger of her like drowning or anything. But I couldn't believe it. I mean, we hadn't had her like kind of unsupervised to this extent before. But she was just fine. I would highly, highly recommend that if you're having a baby, if you've got a baby, or even if you've got a young child, or even an older child, I would highly recommend getting them into some form of water safety class or swimming class, because it will make a massive difference of how they grow up. You know, if she doesn't want to go swimming when she's older, that's absolutely fine. I don't mind. All I want to know is that if she's ever encountering water, and even if she's on her own, I want her to be able to be in that water and be able to get out or remain safe. Water babies, absolutely incredible. And also, by the way, with water babies, when you first start, they give you a free underwater photo shoot. You'll see the photo as a thumbnail on this vlog anyway. Here it is now if you haven't seen the thumbnail. And that was, I think, in the first term, so she hadn't been going long, and we managed to get that beautiful photo. We only ever had the one. They were quite expensive to print, but as a one-off, why not? Anyway, I will leave you to it. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Dad joke. Right. I've got to think of one. How do you get two whales in a car? Down the M4? It's a beautifully sunny day today. It's like a summer's day and it feels amazing. Me and the baby haven't got anything to do, so we're going to go and enjoy our garden. Now, our garden, we put in basically some AstroTurf last year. We've blocked it all off from the dog so it can be kept perfect. We've got a few like little toys and stuff in there so the baby can play. And we don't really use it. I mean, we did it right at the end of last summer, so since then we haven't had the weather. And then on to swimming later. The best thing about a garden is the fact that because it's all gated from every side, and that is my studio, in the summer when I'm editing, the baby can just be out here playing, and I can get a barbecue on, and I can get all editing done, and she's very, very safe in here. Wow. She mows the lawn like I mow the lawn, which is why we got AstroTurf. And it has that she wouldn't be scared of water at all. We are based in and we decided no. And I think a couple of times we take care everything. We haven't quite, especially run into the. No, that's fine. She had